When the wild turns ruthless and the grid goes dark, it's not about comfort. It's about gear that performs when everything else breaks down. We're talking rugged, field-tested survival tools that don't flinch under pressure. The kind of gear that gets you through storms, isolation, and the unknown. Whether you're off-roading into the mountains, setting up a stealth camp, or just preparing for what's coming, this lineup is stacked with next-level survival essentials that'll keep you sharp, ready, and 10 steps ahead. If your mission is to survive, not just exist, then these are the tools you want by your side. In the survival game, light isn't just convenience, it's control. The Scene Cheer Hand Crank. Solar flashlight is built for the kind of moments where batteries die, power grids collapse, and darkness isn't an option. This beast gives you 3 power options: hand crank, solar panel, and USB charging. So no matter where you are or what's failed, this flashlight stays lit. 1 minute of cranking gives you up to an hour of runtime, and the solar panel charges passively while clipped to your pack. Waterproof, impact-resistant, and tough as nails. This thing was made for people who don't take chances in the dark. It's not just rugged, it's smart. The Carabiner clip isn't a gimmick, it's freedom. Strap it to your bag, leave it on a rocket camp, or carry it on your belt. It's always collecting solar juice without you lifting a finger. Whether you're bugging out, night hiking, or riding out a blackout, this flashlight is more than a light source. It's a survival essential. You don't have time for cheap gear when everything's on the line. This is the kind of tool you pack once and count on forever. Out in the wild, awareness is everything. And the HTZSafe driveway alarm is your early warning system when nature or threats try creeping in. This isn't your average motion sensor. It gives you half a mile of wireless range, blasting alerts straight to your receiver the moment anything crosses its path. Built to survive rain, dust, snow, and harsh terrain, these sensors lock down your perimeter with pinpoint accuracy. Whether it's wildlife, vehicles, or something more dangerous, you'll know before they even get close. What sets this system apart is the expandability and reliability. Link up to 32 sensors to one receiver and cover every angle of your land, base camp, or bug-out shelter. It doesn't matter if you're deep in the woods or monitoring a rural property, you're in control. The sensors run on solar or battery, so you're never dependent on the grid. No fancy apps, no weak Wi-Fi. Just raw, effective perimeter defense you can count on. In the survival world, staying ahead of the threat is the difference between safe and sorry, and this gear keeps you ahead. This one's for the minimalist survivalist who still demands function over fluff. The true utility. Fish face might be small, but it's a steel-packed powerhouse. 18 legit tools and a pocket-sized chunk of stainless muscle. We're talking screwdrivers, wrench heads, a pry bar, file, bottle opener, box opener, and it's all TSA safe and legal to carry everywhere. No folding, flipping, or gimmicks. It's fast access, straightforward utility, and zero time wasted fumbling with multi-tool mechanics when you're out in the field. Clip it on your pack, keys, or stash it in your EDC pouch. It vanishes until you need it. But when you do need it, it's there, rock solid, ready to grind, fix, open, scrape, or tighten on demand. And it doesn't matter if it's wet, freezing, or greasy. This tool doesn't ask questions, it just works. In tight situations where gear failure isn't an option, this kind of tool becomes your pocket-sized lifeline. Compact, capable, and carved from serious steel. This is what survival gear should feel like. Out in the wilderness, where storms roll in without warning and every spark matters, the SOL Firelight comes through like a beast. This isn't your average lighter. It's a dual-arc plasma torch that doesn't rely on fuel, flint, or a working thumb. Push a button and it throws a concentrated arc, hot enough to light dry leaves, kindling, or even damp tinder. Wind, rain, altitude? Doesn't matter. This thing was built to spit fire when everything else fails. And unlike gas lighters that run empty or matches that fizzle, this one charges by USB, making it the perfect off-grid ignition source when paired with your solar bank or power station. But it's not just about fire. This lighter also has a built-in LED flashlight that adds serious backup power when the sun goes down. Lightweight and compact, it rides quietly in your pocket or hangs from your pack, always ready to do its job. A full charge gets you around 45 uses, and because there's no flame, it's safe to carry in tough environments. When it's cold, wet, or windy, and your hands are shaking from the chill, you need instant fire, not frustration. The SOL Firelight doesn't ask questions. It gets it done, and it doesn't care about the weather. The Perwing 26-in-1 isn't just a multi-tool. It's a mobile survival center jammed into a stainless steel chassis that could damn near stop a truck. You're holding pliers, saws, screwdrivers, knives, can openers, wire cutters, and more in one compact foldable tool that was built for action. No toy tools here. Each one locks in tight, feels sharp, and hits like a hammer when it needs to. There's something incredibly satisfying about flipping out a saw blade in the wild that bites into wood without hesitation. It's a true field asset that's ready for repairs, defense, or full-on bushcraft. And here's where it earns respect. Durability. Drop it, drown it, drag it through sand, and it won't flinch. It doesn't just survive harsh use, it asks for it. Throw it in your go bag or clip it on your molly panel and forget it until the moment everything around you starts breaking. Whether you're fixing a busted strap, opening MREs, cutting emergency cord, or crafting stakes for your tarp, this tool doesn't just help, it handles it all. Every serious survivalist needs a multi-tool that doesn't jam, rattle, or fail. And this one is built to be trusted when failure isn't an option. If you're ever stranded, injured, or completely off-grid, the GTech reflective mirror might be the loudest shout you've got, even in total silence. These aren't cheap plastic toys. These are polished, high-visibility, tactical-grade mirrors designed to reflect sunlight across massive distances. They're built to military signal specs and can cut through fog or haze when you need help most. With a built-in aiming hole, you don't just flash blindly. You can target a moving aircraft or a boat across the lake and hit your mark with precision. In survival terms, this is the difference between being seen and being lost forever. The package gives you two mirrors, one to stash in your bug-out bag and another for your day pack or backup shelter. They're lightweight but surprisingly durable, with a hard polymer frame that resists cracks and drops. Use the included lanyard to secure it to your gear, and it's always there when you need it. These mirrors aren't flashy. They're quiet, dependable tools meant to work when nothing else will. And when you're out of range, out of options, and praying for eyes in the sky, this tiny piece of gear turns a ray of sunlight into a screaming beacon of survival. The Outdoor Edge Slidewinder is what every survivalist needs when you're out in the field and time's tight. It's a no-nonsense utility knife that keeps things brutally simple. No fancy gadgets, just a razor-sharp replaceable blade that slides out with one hand and gets to work fast. You're cutting rope, slicing tarp, shaving tinder, whatever the job, this thing does it without flinching. It's got just enough bite to make quick work of the dirty jobs without weighing down your pack. And when the blade dulls, pop in a standard replacement. No need for sharpening, no time wasted. But don't let its size fool you. This thing's a sleeper multi-tool. You've also got a bottle opener, Phillips, and flathead screwdrivers all tucked into a steel frame that clips right onto your pocket or gear. It's small, but it's tight. No rattle, no fuss, just straight, reliable function. Whether you're breaking down boxes at base camp or doing precision fixes on gear, this is the blade you reach for when your main knife is packed deep or wet with blood and dirt. Slidewinder earns its spot because it just works. And in survival, working is everything. Now this right here, this is wild tech. The BioLite Camp Stove 2 Plus doesn't just burn wood, it turns fire into usable electricity. That's right. While you're boiling water, roasting dinner, or staying warm out in the middle of nowhere, this beast is charging your phone, flashlight, or GPS. No fuel canisters, no cords, no gas stations, just twigs, leaves, and heat converted into clean, off-grid power. It's a self-feeding wood-burning stove with a thermoelectric generator built right into the base. Survival just got smart. And the fan tech inside? Game changer. The built-in battery powers a fan that controls airflow, meaning less smoke, hotter burn, and faster boil times. The whole thing weighs just over 2 pounds and collapses into a neat little unit that slides into your rucksack like it belongs there. When you've got no plug, no power, and no options, this is what steps up. In freezing rain or deep forest, when your fire is life and your comms are dying, the Camp Stove 2 Plus doesn't just help you survive, it helps you outlast. The Sahara Sailor isn't a shovel, it's a battle-ready beast disguised as one. This thing comes apart like a puzzle and folds into a compact carry case, but inside you've got an arsenal. Shovel, pickaxe, fire starter, whistle, hammer, bottle opener, saw blade, hex wrenches, and more. 23 tools in one mean chunk of carbon steel. The edges are sharp, the spine is reinforced, and every piece locks in with solid threading that won't strip when you're slamming into frozen dirt or splitting wood in a storm. What makes it a true survival monster is its modular design. Need a longer handle? Add an extension. Need to fight off a wild animal or bust through ice? Deploy the pick or use the heavy shovel head like a blunt force weapon. Whether you're building a trench, clearing debris, or scraping out a fire pit, this tool handles it like a tank. It's not for decoration, it's for domination. And when it's on your pack, it feels like a statement. You're not just prepared, you're geared to win. Survival doesn't mean you have to live like a savage, and the Marico camping shower proves that. It gives you portable, pressurized water flow anywhere you can dunk the pump. River, bucket, lake, rain barrel. Hook it up, power it on, and you've got steady water pressure for washing off sweat, mud, blood, or gear grime. And it's not just a trickle either. This thing delivers a legit shower stream that feels like civilization, even when you're living off roots and fire-started soup. The rechargeable battery gives you about 60 minutes of runtime, and the whole system breaks down and packs tight into your bag. There's a hanging hook, suction cup, and USB cable. So it's got flexibility whether you're in a remote base camp or just trying to clean up after a hard push through the woods. And let's be real, hygiene is survival. A clean body fights infection, keeps morale up, and helps you sleep better. This is one of those pieces of gear you don't realize you need until you try it. And once you do, it never leaves your kit again. The Buckshot 2.0 isn't some fragile plastic speaker you're afraid to drop. This rugged little unit is built for trail dust, rainstorms, and bone-rattling treks. You strap it to your pack, handlebars, or tent pole, and it bumps out bold, clean sound through anything nature throws at it. With 20 hours of playback on a single charge, it doesn't just play music. It powers the energy of camp. Whether you're posted up by the fire or grinding through steep miles, this speaker keeps the tempo alive. But this thing isn't just about fun. It's about communication and control. The glove-friendly buttons let you take calls, skip tracks, or pause with a slap, even with dirt-covered hands. And when you're off-grid, keeping morale high is survival in its own right. A rugged waterproof shell, shockproof frame, and legit sound quality make this the speaker for people who live wild but like their gear battle-tested. It's the soundtrack to your next escape, and it never backs down. When you're moving over uneven terrain, ankle deep in mud or scree, your boots aren't just footwear, they're foundation. The Free Soldier hiking boots are built with military-grade materials, suede leather, 1000D Cordura fabric, and a rugged rubber outsole that grips like a claw. They're fully waterproof yet breathable, letting sweat escape without letting a drop of swamp water in. These aren't the boots you take off after a hike. These are boots you live in for days on end. What sets them apart is how they mix brute durability with real comfort. The EVA midsole absorbs impact, while the ankle support prevents twists and sprains when you're hauling gear or sprinting over rocks. Lightweight but reinforced, they don't drag you down, they push you forward. Whether you're bugging out, hunting game, or hiking deep into nowhere, these boots won't blister, crack, or fold under pressure. They're not built for the sidewalk. They're built for the fight ahead. You want to carry your world on your back and not feel like it's crushing your spine? The Teton 65L Explorer is the pack that makes it possible. This thing swallows gear like a beast. Tents, food, tools, clothing, and it does it with smart load distribution thanks to its fully adjustable internal frame. The padded shoulder straps, lumbar support, and airflow back panel make carrying 50+ pounds feel manageable, even during multi-day treks through hellish terrain. Built from rugged ripstop fabric with a built-in rain cover, this pack is ready to take a beating from rocks, rain, or brush without ripping or soaking through. External compression straps let you lash on axes, poles, or extra bags. And the compartments? Dialed in. Hydration sleeve, quick access pockets, top-loading main bag. Every zipper and clip feels made to move fast. If your survival setup needs space, support, and toughness, the Teton Explorer doesn't just carry gear, it carries the mission. This right here is water purification at its highest form. The Grail Geopress titanium doesn't just filter, it purifies. Viruses, bacteria, protozoa, heavy metals, chemicals, gone. You scoop filthy creek water, press down with the internal purifier, and in 10 seconds you've got 24 ounces of clean, drinkable water. It's built from aerospace-grade titanium, meaning it's practically indestructible and ready to boil right on the campfire if needed. No tubing, no pumping, just fill, press, and drink. And the design? Brutal and beautiful. The bottle serves as a purifier, cup, and cooking pot all in one. Screw it to your pack, clip it with carabiners, or toss it in your dry bag. This thing doesn't take up space, it saves lives. In an emergency, you don't have time for slow filters or unreliable tablets. You need water, now. Whether you're crossing rivers, trekking deserts, or setting up bug-out routes, this bottle guarantees the most valuable resource stays in your hands. When you're deep in the wild, eyesight can only take you so far. And that's where the Monarch M5 steps in like a true predator's edge. With 8x42 or 10x42 options, these Nikon optics turn vast wilderness into sharp, trackable terrain. You're spotting game, reading trail paths, or scanning for distant movement without the usual haze or eye fatigue. The ED, extra low dispersion, glass crushes chromatic aberration and gives you true color and contrast. So what you see isn't just closer, it's clearer than reality. These aren't fragile bird-watching toys. They're rubber-armored, fog-proof, waterproof, and ready to take drops or dust without a single hiccup. Twist-up eye cups, smooth focus dial, and rock-steady grip. It all feels tight, tactical, and controlled. Whether you're a hunter, recon scout, or survivalist surveying high ground, the Monarch M5 gives you eyes where yours can't reach. It's not just about seeing further, it's about seeing first. And in survival, first is everything. Stamina is survival, and when your knees go, your mobility's gone. That's why Kamivivo's knee braces aren't just for athletes, they're for anyone hauling packs, climbing slopes, or smashing through uneven terrain. With targeted compression and dual stabilizers, these wraps reduce joint pressure and absorb shock like a cushion for your knees. Whether you're trekking mountain passes or doing hard labor at camp, they help you move longer, stronger, and without limping into pain. They slide on snug, stay in place, and breathe well, even under heavy loadouts or hot conditions. And when your legs are your lifeline, every bit of support counts. These aren't bulky robotic braces. They're tactical-grade joint armor. Lightweight enough to stash, strong enough to rely on. Don't wait for your knees to give out in the middle of nowhere. Gear up early and keep pushing forward. Because in the wild, quitting isn't an option. The NatureHike IGT gas stove is where compact efficiency meets raw survival cooking power. Built to integrate with modular IGT tables but powerful enough to stand alone, this little stove throws serious heat in a low-profile, rugged frame. Precision flame control gives you the ability to boil fast, simmer slow, or cook like a pro even in a high-altitude downpour. And its corrosion-resistant steel body? It's built to stay steady even when the wind picks up or your hands are shaking from the cold. It's more than just camp convenience, it's dependable tactical fire control. Whether you're melting snow for water, cooking wild game, or just trying to heat up a protein pouch before sundown, this stove locks in and delivers every time. It's made for real conditions, not some backyard picnic. Clip on your gas canister, hit ignition, and within seconds you're running a precision fire unit you can trust. In survival, food equals strength, and this stove brings the flame that fuels it. These aren't pants, they're a shield for your legs. The TBM snow ski pants blend rugged, water-resistant outer material with fleece lining that traps heat like a thermal bunker. You could be facing alpine wind, wet brush, or kneeling in slush, and these pants will keep you dry, warm, and ready to move. Articulated knees, stretch fabric, and a fit that doesn't restrict make them perfect for climbing, hauling, chopping wood, or scrambling through snowbound terrain. They come with zippered pockets that keep your gear locked in, and the waistband holds without sag or slip. You're not worried about tears, cold breezes, or frozen thighs. You're free to focus on the mission. These are made for the guys who hike through blizzards, who don't cancel plans for weather, and who treat snow like just another trail. Cold is a killer. These pants fight it back with fire. When you're pushing through mountain trails, tactical drills, or wild terrain on wheels, your head needs more than protection. It needs confidence. The Smith Hardline helmet delivers that in every inch of its low-profile, high-strength shell. It's crafted from lightweight yet rock-solid materials and packed with Corroidor impact protection tech. Meaning, if you go down hard, this helmet takes the hit, not your skull. The airflow channels are aggressive, pushing heat and sweat out so you can keep cool under pressure. Every piece is adjustable, from the sweat-wicking pads to the secure, glove-friendly buckles. But what makes it really stand out is the integrated design for performance. It fits like a second skin, low, snug, and solid, without ever feeling bulky. It works with your goggles, doesn't shift mid-run, and gives you full mobility without sacrificing coverage. Whether you're riding hard, climbing fast, or setting up base under hostile conditions, the Hardline doesn't just protect, it prepares. This isn't a knife. It's a combat-grade edge of survival. The Zune Lotto tactical knife is forged from S35VN steel, which means it holds a razor edge and shrugs off corrosion, grit, and abuse like it was born in battle. Full tang, precision cut, and heavy enough to batten wood but agile enough to skin, carve, and slice. It's the kind of blade that earns respect with every swing. The handle fits your grip like it was custom molded, textured for retention, contoured for control, and ready to draw blood or build shelter at a moment's notice. The sheath is just as tactical. Quick release, MOLLE compatible, and built to ride securely whether you're crawling through brush or scaling rocks. This isn't for slicing cheese or looking cool on a shelf. It's for survivalists, hunters, fighters, people who know that in the wild, a blade is more than a tool. It's your fallback when everything else fails. Carrying this knife says you're not out here to try, you're out here to win. When your hands are your only line between survival and injury, the ATX95 gloves from Damascus Gear make sure you don't get caught slipping. Designed for tactical operators, these gloves offer Kevlar R knuckle protection, reinforced grip zones, and full finger dexterity that lets you manipulate weapons, tools, or gear without losing speed. They're not thick winter gloves, they're lightweight, battle-tough hand armor that protects without bulk. Slash-resistant, puncture-deflecting, and tight enough to feel everything you touch. The ventilation is smart. Your hands won't turn into sweat boxes even when you're hauling gear through heat or working fast in close-quarters terrain. You get a sure grip no matter the surface. Mud, oil, blood. These gloves hold on and don't let go. Whether you're digging, swinging, or clearing, they give your hands the advantage. When seconds matter and protection means performance, these gloves don't hesitate and don't miss. In survival, both hands free and a beam you can trust. That's where the Alps Wolf LED headlamp earns its place. This headlamp doesn't play around with dim light or flimsy bands. It throws a 1200 lumen punch straight ahead with multiple light modes: spotlight, flood, red safety, and even a strobe if you need to signal. USB rechargeable with up to 10 hours of battery life on low, this beast keeps you lit through long treks, late-night builds, or emergencies under pitch-black skies. The headband adjusts easy and stays firm, even while you're running or ducking under brush. Rain? No problem. It's IPX5 waterproof, meaning this lamp keeps shining when storms roll in or your gear's soaked. Whether you're on night patrol, crawling through a cave, or tracking a trail after dusk, this isn't just light. It's your visibility, your signal, and your safety in one solid piece of gear. And when others fumble in the dark, you stay locked in and moving forward. It might look small, but the Tisure titanium carabiner is pure overbuilt utility in your palm. Made from premium TC4 titanium alloy, it's ultra-light, stronger than steel, and built to last through years of field punishment. This isn't some gear store novelty. It holds over 220 pounds and resists rust, salt, sand, and dirt like a champ. Every part, from the spring gate to the locking arm, feels tight and responsive. Snap it, lock it, trust it. It doesn't fail. Perfect for key gear, toolkits, hydration packs, or hanging critical items at camp. This carabiner is the kind of item that becomes part of your muscle memory. You grab it without looking, you use it without thinking, and it always works. Whether you're building a rig, anchoring down tarps, or just hanging a bear bag, this carabiner turns your pack into a tactical system. It may be tiny, but it's the kind of gear that earns respect. Quiet, simple, essential. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that notification bell. More badass survival gear and outdoor tech reviews are dropping soon.